This problem is from ERODOC question number 1.247. In this question it is given that in the system shown in the figure, the mass of the bodies are known to be m1 and m2. The coefficient of friction between the body m1 and the horizontal plane is equal to k, and the pulley of mass m is assumed to be a uniform disc. The thread does not slip over the pulley. At the moment t equal to 0, the body m2 starts descending. Assuming the mass of the thread and the friction in the axle of the pulley to be negligible, find the work performed by the friction force acting on the body m1 over the first t seconds after the beginning of motion. So this is the corresponding diagram of our following question. So we can see it is a combination of three systems. One is mass m1, second is mass m2, and third one is a disc. So let us first separate or isolate each of the systems. So first of all, we have to separately draw the FBD or free body diagram for the three bodies. This is our body of mass m1 and it is placed on the table. So its mass will act downward. So m1g will act downward. Its normal reaction n will act upward. As the object is moving in this direction, in the right direction, so its acceleration will be in this direction, and it is also connected by a string, so there will be a force of tension. And as the object is moving in rightward direction, so its frictional force will be in this direction, means left direction. So the magnitude of force of friction will be coefficient of friction k into n, but value of n is equal to mg from balancing of normal reaction and m1g. So after all, our value of frictional force will be k mg, and tension of the thread is acting in this direction. This is the tension of the thread or string. This is T1. So this is the FBD for the mass m1. Now we'll draw the FBD of mass m2. For the FBD of mass m2, this is our mass m2, and as it is descending, so its acceleration will be downward and its weight will act downward, so its force m2g will act downward, and its tension force is acting upwards, and its tension force is it is T2. And our second system is the pulley. So this is our pulley, and as it is given to us that this is our direction of force, tension force T2, and this is the direction of force T1. Now this is the radius of the pulley is r. So this is our three diagrams. So from the first FBD we can write the equation of motion. From this first FBD we can write the equation of motion as net force is equal to mass time acceleration. So we can write mass time acceleration means m1 into a is equal to T1 minus k m1g. So this is our equation number 1. Now we will write the equation for second diagram. For second diagram or second object, our equation of motion will be m2a will be equal to m2g minus T2. So this is our equation number 2. Now we will add this equation number 1 and 2. If we add this equation number 1 and 2, then after adding equation number 1 plus equation number 2, it will provide us m1 plus m2 into a is equal to t1 equal to m2 minus m1 into g minus t2 minus t1. Let it, this is our equation number 3. This is our equation number 3. Now we will consider the torque equation from the diagram number 3. For torque equation, our net torque is equal to T1 is equal to T2 minus T1. This is our net force and its radius is equal to R. So net force into radius is equal to I means moment of inertia of the disc, and it is multiplied by angular acceleration I alpha. So but as we know, the value of alpha is equal to A divided by R. So from this equation we can write it again. It will be A divided by IA divided by R. So we can write this T2 minus T1 is equal to IA divided by R square. Let this is our equation number 4. Now we will substitute the value of equation number 4, that means T2 minus T1, in our equation number 3. If we substitute that equation, then we will get a new equation that will be m1 plus m2 times A is equal to m2 minus m1 into g minus IA divided by R square. If we take all the acceleration term in one side, then our equation will become m1 plus m2 plus I divided by R square times acceleration is equal to m2 minus m1 into g. But in our equation 1 plus 2, it will provide us m2 minus km m2 minus km1 into g. So there will be a km1. So there will be again a km1 into g. So as we know, the moment of inertia for a disc is equal to half mr square. So from this equation we can write m1 plus m2 plus half m r square divided by r square. It is again multiplied by acceleration, that will be equal to m2 minus k m1 into g. Now this r square get cancelled. So after cancelling, we will find the value of acceleration, that will be equal to m2 minus k m1 into g divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2. So this is our value of acceleration. Now we have to find the work done. So for finding work done, is as acceleration is already found, now we have to find the distance traveled. So distance traveled, equation of distance traveled, S equal to, from kinematic equation we know S equal to half at square, because our initial velocity is 0. So from this equation we can write S equal to half into A means m2 minus k m1 into g divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2 into t square. Now work done by the frictional force will be equal to work done by friction Wf will be equal to force of friction into its displacement S. So now force of friction is equal to Km1g. It is given to us, so we can write Km1g into, this is the force of friction, and our displacement term is equal to half m2 minus Km1 into g into t square divided by m1 plus m2 plus small m divided by 2. So if we calculate this whole term, then as a whole we can write the work done by friction W will be equal to K m1 into m2 minus K m1 into g square t square divided by m1 plus m2 plus small m divided by 2. So this is our short work done by frictional force. Or we can again calculate this equation, but it is not necessary to calculate or more simplify this equation. So from this equation we can write this will be the value of short work done by force of friction Now our equation of short work done is equal to Wf equal to Kfs equal to Km1g into half m2 minus Km1 into gt square divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2. So our work done will be equal to W equal to half into 2 times Km1 into m2 minus Km1 divided by 2m1 plus 2m2 plus m multiplied by g square t square. So this is our required work done by force of friction. Now this 2 and 2 get cancelled, so as a net result we can find that work done due to friction will be equal to Km1 into m2 minus Km1 into g square t square divided by 2m1 plus 2m2 plus small m. So this is the required work done by friction.